Good evening, groovy citizens, and happy Motivational Monday to each and every one of you. Y'all, today has been a great day. I will say this, you all can't see looking outside of the sunroof, but as I look ahead, the sky looks like it could just open up and pour down rain in any minute, okay? I don't know. I know that there was some rain in the forecast. I'm not sure if it was tonight, tomorrow, what, but anyhow, it is 75 degrees, but it's very humid. So if you hear the fan blowing, it's because I cut my AC on. I'll turn it down. But it is hot, y'all. Like I said, I am just sweating. And all I did was come outside the house, pull the trash cans right here in front of the bush.
Phone book update failed.
Thank you. Because after I'm done with this video, I need to put my trash in there so I can drag it out to the curb because tomorrow's trash day. But I am sweating. At least my face is anyhow. So anyway, I hope you all had a wonderful day today. I have had a great day. No complaints. Went to the gym. And today I did upper body. And no, I'm sorry, I take that back. Today I did legs, which is why my knees are bothering me. Because they were fine up until then, but that's okay. We're going to get this. I'm working on all this backside I got going on. I told you I'm tired of walking by dragging folks with me. So I did lower body exercises, and then I did 30 minutes on the bike. And one of the things that I've remembered, because I'd forgotten, but I remembered about the recumbent bike, is that you can get a lot in distance wise, but not calorie wise. So I only burned 156 calories, but I rode 8.2 miles. But hey, I'll take it, because guess what? Something is better than nothing. And I'm excited because I still have about 1,000 calories left for the rest of the day, because I exercise and I put that into my food app. So I'm super excited about that. Lord, my neighbor would be cutting the grass while I'm trying to do my video. So I do apologize for that in advance. Now, let's jump into today's topic, which is I'm going to be sharing some uncomfortable truths about life. And this is as told by the Income Mindset. I came across this guy's video, I think it was last week, and it's a really great video. I know one thing's for certain, two things for sure. My neighbor that parks in front of her house, this other guy that lives there is sitting in her space, and they're both blocking my driveway. So I'm going to try to not let that get me off focused. But anyways, I was saying his YouTube channel is called The Income Mindset. So make sure you check that out if you get a chance. Number one, he said a salary is a drug your employer gives you to forget your dreams. Can we not all say that we can honestly say that is true? Come on now, because we do. A salary is a drug that your employer gives you to forget your dreams. Have you ever noticed that you have either known someone, or maybe you were that someone, that you've had some really, really, really big dreams, things that you wanted to do, and every time you thought about leaving your job, your employer decided they were going to give you a little bit more responsibility, or they were going to pay you a little bit more money to get you to stay, because they didn't want to lose the talent that they had in you. And they knew that if they paid you more money, it would make you want to stay. And so that's just what happens. And so that's why, unfortunately, a lot of people give up on their dreams and their goals because they have an employer that sees the value that they bring to the table, and they don't want to lose that individual, be it you or somebody else. And so they say, hey, I can't afford to lose this person. They are a huge asset to this company or to this division, or whatever it is, however they phrase it. And so they just keep giving you more money, giving you more responsibility, which will allow you to be able to take on more money, because they know they have a good thing. So that makes you have to ask yourself, if your employer knows that he or she has a good thing because they're paying you more money, then you've got to see the good thing in you. Number two, if you continue to wait for the right time, you'll waste your entire life and nothing will happen. That right there is powerful. If you continue to, what did I say? Wait for the right time. Let me just say this. If you're one of these people that sit around and you're always waiting for the right time for whatever, the right time never comes. You have to take the time. You have to make the time. You have to create the opportunity, because the right time will never just fall in your lap. You've got to take it. But if you do that, you're going to waste your entire life, and guess what? Nothing will ever get done. And what will happen is you'll look down the road 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years, and you'll sit back and you'll say, Dad, you know, I remember when I said I wanted to do ABCXYZ, and I was waiting for, and you fill in the blank, and it never happened. So I never did do that thing. And so here we are all these years down the road, and I'm still at the same place. Number 3, even when you trust your close friends and family, let them know nothing about you. Y'all, that's powerful. I think I did a video not too long ago about things that you shouldn't share with other people. But I believe this to be true, because you can trust your family and your friends, but some things you just don't need to tell them, okay? Y'all, excuse me, my face is itching. Some things you just should not share with other people. Some things you need to just keep with you. And God has been telling you all that you need to stop sharing everything. And then you wonder why your stuff doesn't work out, because you talk too much. Keep some things to yourself. It's not that you're lying to people. It's not that you're not being forthcoming with people. It's just that everything about you, people don't need to know. Keep some things to yourself. Number 4, you'll lose 99% of your close friends if you start upgrading your life. Come on, somebody. Start upgrading your life and see, won't you start losing people? And I'm going to tell you why that is. It's because as you begin to upgrade your life, you start to view life differently. You start to view your goals and your dreams differently. And you realize that while you love the people that are in your inner circle, they just don't really fit into where you're trying to go. And that's not to say that you think you're better than they are, because you're not saying that at all. It's just that you see that you have some people around you that are holding you back. And so you're going to have to cut them off, let them go, so to speak. Love them, yes, but you're going to have to kind of let them go, because if not, you're not going to get to the place that you want to be. Now, I'm not saying that you can't say, hey, come on, let's go break bread from time to time, but you need to keep the people closest to you that can help you get to your next level. Number 5, you'll be 10 times happier if you forgive your parents and stop blaming them for your problems. Do you know that there are actually people in this world that blame their moms and dads for their problems? And I'm gonna tell you why. They'll say, well, you know, growing up, this is what I saw, so this is what I knew to be. And yes, that there is some truth to that. However, when you grow up a certain way and you see what you did not get with your mom and dad, and you know that they did the best that they could do, that is when you have to decide, I'm going to grow up and be better than my mom and dad. Again, it's not a competition thing, but it's just to say that my mom and dad could only give me this. But when I grow older, I want to give my family this. And you can do that. But too many people like to sit back and blame their parents for why they are the way they are. No, that's just a cop-out that you use so that you don't have to do with so much. Number 6, you become more mature when you train yourself to take nothing personally. I'm going to tell you something. I had to learn that a few years ago. You cannot take everything that is said and or done personally. Because in life, you're going to find that there are going to be people who will say things and do things, and it has nothing to do with you at all. Absolutely nothing to do with you at all. They act the way they act because of their own insecurities. They act the way they act because of their own meanness and hatred and the demons that they're dealing with. But they take it out on you. And you take it personally. You get all caught up in your feelings because somebody said or did something. Honey, let me tell you something. Let that mess go. Stop allowing people to dictate how you act. I'm not taking anything personally. I told you all, I've shared with you all before, I've been in 2 relationships. One, the guy just could not, he was not strong enough to make up his own mind and decide that he needed and deserved better than what he had because he was so comfortable where he was. Come on, somebody, that he was afraid to let that go in case things with him and I didn't work out, then he'd find himself by himself. So I said, well, you know what? I don't want you to have to make that decision. You stay right where you are. And I wish you nothing but the best. And I told y'all, I think I told you I saw him not too long ago, a couple of years ago, I think right, probably in the midst of COVID, if I'm not mistaken, or right before. I saw him at one of the places I like to eat over there across from Andrews Air Force Base. I don't think he knows that I recognized him because I didn't act like I did. But I saw him. When the one thing's for certain, 2 things for sure. When I walk into a place, I'm typically checking out the room. But I did see him, and I noticed that he kept watching me, and that's fine. But like I said, I just couldn't allow him to drag me down to that place. But I didn't take it personally because I knew that had nothing to do with Michelle. That's where I was going with telling you all that had nothing to do with me. That was him and his own insecurities. Dated a guy who could not be faithful if it paid him to do so. But that had nothing to do with Michelle. That had everything to do with him. So y'all stop taking everything personally because everything is not about you. Number 7, you don't need 100 self-help books. All you need is action plus self-discipline. Excuse me, y'all, my face is itching. So again, there are some people that are always purchasing self-help books. I'm not saying they're not helpful. It might not even be a good thing to have, but you don't need a whole bookshelf full of self-help books. You look around, you got 100, 200 books on your shelf, and you still haven't gotten any further than where you were. You don't need all of that. Don't you buy another self-help book. I mean, not near one. You hear me? I need you to just start to take action and use self-discipline. When I say take action, you can buy all the books you want on how to grow your business or how to start your YouTube channel. But if you don't actually take action, those books are doing you no good. Stop buying those books and start taking action. And then you need to be disciplined. You've got to say, I'm going to put out content. I don't care if it's just one day a week. Do it one day a week on the day that you said you were and be faithful with it, okay? That's how you start to make some changes. Number 8, the most difficult mission on earth is to focus on your dreams, and the easiest task is to complain. Self-explanatory. It is so easy to explain. All you have to do is open your mouth and start to talk. But the most difficult task is to focus on your dreams, because that means you have to really be committed. You've got to be locked in. You've got to be disciplined. You've got to take action. You've got to actually do something. That's powerful. And all of these will be in the description box. Number 9. By age 30, your inner circle should be more focused on making money, building their body, and starting a family. Now, I'm not quite sure about all of those. However, I get where he's going with this. By the time you're 30 years old, you need to want more out of life besides just hanging around at the liquor store, at the corner store, hanging out on the block with your friends and going to the go-go and the skating rinks, the bowling alleys and all that other stuff, wherever it is that you all like to hang out. By the time you're 30 years old, you need to start thinking about things that are going to prepare you for your future. And as the income mindset said, making money, definitely. starting a family, that's a great time to do it, and then building your body. When he says building your body, I'm going to take it as he's talking about just exercising and starting to take care of yourself. The sad reality is that it has become the norm. And I'm not talking, understand what I'm not saying? I'm not talking about people that have health challenges that make it difficult for them to be able to lose weight or to even exercise. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about for the rest of us that can get up and move. I'm not saying you have to be a member of a gym, but be able to just get up. If there's a track near your house, if there's a walking path near your house, or if I could go down the end of my street and walk all the way up Central Avenue and back to where the IHOP is and back, that's exercise. That's moving. Get you a bicycle and go riding. But we have made it acceptable to be overweight. We have glamorized it somewhat. And to each his own. If you like it, I love it. All I'm saying is that by 30 years old, you need to really start thinking about taking care of your body. Because here's what happens. You start to get older. And around about 40, that 40-year spread starts to come on. And then when you get into 50, it spreads a little bit more. I'm not into my 60s or my 70s or beyond yet, but it just seems to get worse. So by the time you're 30, I want you, to be honest with you, any time is a good time, but at least by the time you're 30, I want you to start taking better care of yourself, okay? Don't just let yourself go. And it's not about just the looks, the aesthetics, if you will. It's about just living longer. You know, when I hear about a younger person passing away because of health issues, you know, they had heart problems, they were diabetics, and they just had all kind of stuff going on. And then I see that weight attributed to a lot of that as well. It's just sad overall. But when I see that, it's extremely sad, because that's something that you could have done something about, especially if you can. And number 10, last but not least, people are stuck in toxic relationships because they're afraid to be alone. Y'all, this is perfect because of what I just shared with you a few minutes ago. Remember when I told you about the guy I dated who was afraid to stop dating, messing with his son's mother because he was afraid, and he finally broke down and told, because I'm one of these people, you gonna tell me what I need to know. And so finally, the third time, I asked him, why does he stay with this woman who can't be faithful to him, that treats him like crap, when you deserve so much better? And he told me the truth. He said, Michelle, because I'm afraid. I said, what are you afraid of? He said, I'm afraid that if I cut her off and I decide that you and I are going to be in a relationship, what if things don't work out and you decide to move on? Now I'm going to be by myself. And I kind of looked at him with my head tilted to the side. My mind is racing 100 miles an hour. And I'm thinking to myself, that is sad. That's beyond sad, because you deserve so much better than that. So I said, well, you know what? I have to respect that. But I also respect me. And I just can't keep giving my time and energy to someone who's afraid to let go of someone that treats them like crap. And that's when I said, I wish you nothing but a great life. I wish you the best. And I went on about my business. That was it. Because I can't. I'm sorry. I cannot put up with that. And you should not either. So people that are stuck in toxic relationships because they're afraid to be alone, sweetie, let me tell you something. I would much rather be alone than to be in a relationship that is toxic. When I say toxic, I'm thinking someone who's not good with managing money, someone that cannot keep a job, someone that cannot be faithful, come on now, someone that has a drinking problem, someone that has a problem with substance abuse, someone that cannot keep their hands to themselves. Honey, that's a big no-no right there. And that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time, because I'm telling you now, this sister girl right here, let me take these glasses off. It's going to be on and popping, because what you're not going to do is put your hands on me. You'll see a whole nother side of Michelle that you don't ever get to see typically, because I refuse. I have watched, thank God not in my family, but I've watched too many women that I know or know of deal with being in relationships with someone, and let me say this, in toxic relationships, as it relates to someone that couldn't keep their hands to themselves. We're not having that, not up here, not here, okay? My mom and daddy did not raise me to be that way, and I refuse to, because see, I'm not afraid to be alone. I'm not. I don't know if I told you this. I'm gonna share this with you and I'm gonna let you be. After my daughter was born, I think it was 6 years before I decided to go out on a date with anybody. And do you know that during that 6 years, I learned so much about myself. I was able to get my life together, decide what I wanted to do. I mean, all of that good stuff. So here, I'm leaving you with this. If you are afraid to be alone, I need you to stop being afraid. You deserve to have nothing but the best. And if somebody can't respect you, then they don't need to be with you. Stop being afraid to be alone. Because at the end of the day, honey, you're never truly alone. I tell people all the time, I am never alone. I have family, I have friends, I have co-workers, I have an amazing church family, so I'm never alone. Granted, yeah, when you go through your door, you're probably alone. I get that, but you're never really alone. And guess what? God is with us always. God is with us always. So you are never truly alone. But always tell yourself, it is much better to be alone than to sit and deal with a toxic relationship. I don't have the time nor the energy. I've never been arrested, and Lord knows I don't ever want to be. That's why I think a toxic relationship does not work out for me, to be quite honest with you, but I digress. But I getting back on point, stop being afraid to be alone. It is better to be alone than to be in a relationship that's going absolutely nowhere, to be in a relationship with someone that doesn't respect you, to be in a relationship where someone can't keep their hands to themselves. You deserve better. And guess what? One is still a whole number. It actually is, you guys. One is a whole number. So I want you to really think about that. If you're under the sound of my voice and you are in a toxic relationship right now, I need you to make up your mind to say, that's it, I'm done. I am done, because I deserve better. And you do. I don't want to hear, but Michelle, I did this, I don't care. And if you know me, you know I don't like saying I don't care, but I don't. I don't care what it is that you did in your past. That's in the past. This is here and now. And you deserve better. And stop allowing people to mistreat you. You deserve better. And if you don't think you deserve better, reach out to me and let's talk. Because I will sit and I will talk to you until you turn blue in the face or I turn green in the face, either one. And just let you know that you deserve better. You deserve to have somebody that respects you, that loves you and cares about you. And if they can't do that, then you deserve to be happy by yourself. Period. End of sentence. Y'all, that's it. That's all. I am done. If you're new to watching my videos, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. This is not your first rodeo. I want to say welcome back. Y'all know I miss you when I don't get a chance to see you. Go out there, enjoy the rest of your evening. No matter where you go or what you do, have fun, but be safe, okay? I get so tired of clicking on my Yahoo News, and it's always these sad stories. And every day I just pray, and I pray a little bit harder than I did the day before. And I need you all to pray with me, okay? So go out there, have fun, but be safe. You know the drill, and you definitely know the spiel. I love you all to the moon and back, and there is nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing that you can ever do to change that, because I love you, and I want nothing but the best for you. And guess what? The best is yet to come. Love you much, and we'll talk again on Wednesday.